I understand that siblings don't want to be exposed, and they're so frum and they're so frum. Although, I have to tell you that if you go to the higher, more frum people, they don't have an issue. It's more personality. The Baal Shem Tov said, "Atzadik hagadol b'yoser yachol lehoiv harasha hagadol b'yoser." Raise your level of tzaddik, you can love the bigger the rasha. That's what's brought down, okay? But this Chassidish boy, who is so Chassidish, so verfrimt, he was freaking out because he didn't want to see what was happening in his house. And he went to the Kalev Rebbe, and the Kalev Rebbe explained to him exactly what to do. And he said, "Nicht missezugen." Don't say one word of Musar. He said, only play with her. The games and toys like you used to. The manzich from the Gitta Zaten, always remind good stuff, the old good times, and only be makarever. And this boy did that. He did it. Why? Because he's really from, not fake. He's really from. He went out Shavuos night. He learned the whole night, and he's the top in his koil. He's the top cream of the crop. Erlich mamish, beautiful. He came home to his daughter, to his sister, not tznius, and she was up because she also stayed up the whole night, right? Just not learning. And she said, "Come, let's have breakfast together." And you know, when you stay up a whole night, you feel like the highest, like a malach, right? Like he stayed up a whole night learning, and he davened amazing, and he's tired, but he's holy. And he right away had breakfast with her, and he right away said, "Let's play a game," and he spent time with her. That's real tzidkus. Tzaddikim don't look down, they don't look away. Matunish kicking, it's baloney. I had over here a sibling, and he tells me, "I'm makpid on Shmiras Einayim. I don't want to see the natznias." So I said, "I don't want to embarrass you. Can I respond?" He says, "Okay." I said, "Look me in the eye. You don't watch a movie? You're not watching anything? You really don't see anybody natznias?" He gets all shy. I said, "When you go on the plane, you don't watch natznias? When you're in a hotel room, you don't watch natznias? Oh, you starting your frumkeit on your sister? This is where it starts? Come on." Anybody doesn't go to Manhattan for a business meeting, what do you see in one day in Manhattan? You see more than our grandparents saw in 1,000 years. So for Purdula, whatever. This is an emergency. She's pikuach nefesh mamish. She's in the hospital. And you tell these from people, you have to spend a weekend in the hospital. Mommy and Tati need a break. I'm not going to the hospital because I don't want to go on the train, and I don't want to be without a minion, and I don't want to stay in the hospital as nurses and not from people. I don't care how from you are. No das Torah is going to tell you that you're right or normal. Sorry, it's a big nisayin. Please be Amid bin nisayin or do tshuva. But you're going to the hospital. And there are kids who go, I had to go to the hospital for 2 years. My mother was sick. I was in the best yeshiva in the world. Nobody said for 1 second that, listen, what am I going to do there, sitting there? My mother was in a coma, and I'm there overnight. I didn't watch TV, and I didn't do whatever I did. I'm not here to do confession, you know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you everything. But I wasn't learning Masechtas Yivamis, So, of course it's a Yerida. Of course, that's called life. Let me tell you something very scary, because people don't understand the downside. They're like, I don't have to save my sister's life. I don't have to save my brother's life. I don't have to sacrifice myself for another Yid. They're off the derech. They're off the derech to not sacrifice themselves for somebody else. The Beis Yisrael, Schus Yogan Aleinu, I'm going to do a separate clip with the whole story. He gave up his Yom Kippur. He gave up his Nila to shmuz with a Machal Shabbos B'Farhesia. But listen to this. Why did Yaakov Avinu have to go in Golus for over 20 years? Do you know why? You know what it was to go in Golus in those days? There was no internet. There was no WhatsApp. You took your stick. You took some food over your shoulder, and you walked. How long was he away from home, Yaakov Avinu? 20? 22? 21? 22? 22. Why? You know why? Do you know why? The Medrash says that it was his responsibility to be Makar of his brother Esav. And if you don't step up to the plate to be Makar of your brother, It's a bechina like you killed him b'shaygig. Somebody who kills somebody b'shaygig is chayav galus. We don't kill you because you killed it by accident, but you're chayav galus. So Yaakov Avinu, bechir sheba avos, who would have sat and learned in Besmedish for years, and we could have brought him his lunches, and he didn't have to move. He was the gadol adar. He almost died going in galus to the elements, leaving his house, leaving Rivka, leaving his mommy. Did he ever see her again? He never saw his mother again. He never saw. Did he see? It's unbelievable. Why? The Medrash says he was nenash because it's like chayev. It's like he killed someone b'shaygig, because he could say, "Listen, it's not my problem." Chas v'shalom. Zohar HaKadosh says a family is a puzzle, and everybody is there as a tikkun for themselves. There's a reason why she's there. All of a sudden, everybody gets fafrumt. Rachmana litzlan, she's drowning, and she's in the hospital. Someone's not going to go visit her? Doesn't make any sense. There's another time that something happened, and we can't learn Pashut Pshat, and I'm not trying to say we should learn from this, but there is a message here. Huh?
Dina.
That's right, Dina. Very scary.
Very scary.
Very, very scary. Yaakov Avinu hides Dina in a box because he didn't want his rapist murderer, Esav, to see her, because he would grab her, right? She was how old? 7. Okay? Says the Medrash that if he would have gone to Esav and said, I want you to marry my daughter Dina, I want you to be my son-in-law, he could have saved Esav. Esav could have come back. Now we know why, because what is the medicine to bring people back? Acceptance. Acceptance. The ultimate acceptance is, you're not bad, I want you to be my son-in-law. That means that you're fully accepted, right? But he didn't want to risk Dina. Listen, you think I'm crazy and I tell you crazy stuff to do. I never told any of you to give your 7-year-old to a rapist. You know what I'm saying? Says the Medrash, she was nanash. Yeah, you think you're saving her? She was taken by Shechem and raped. She was taken and abducted and raped because you didn't want to give it to Esav. We can't give 7-year-olds to Esavs. But the point was, if Yaakov would have looked at Esav as a gita neshama, as a good neshama, as a chelik elkam al mamish, and he would have said, but he's suffering so much, he has a low self-esteem, he got teased, he got bullied in school because he was so hairy, they didn't have good barbers to get rid of the hair on the arms, and he has such goodness in him, and I'm going to make him become good. If he would have looked at it differently, he wouldn't have minded to give Dina, because he would have been machzer him l'mutav. It sounds insane, but actually the Gemara tells us that it happened. Who did that? Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan's swimming in an ocean, and he's getting attacked by the head of the robbers, a guy named Lakish, or Rish Lakish, right? Rish Lakish, and he was coming to attack Yochanan, okay? Not to kill him, worse, okay? He wasn't very picky. And he's, imagine you're swimming, you're in your bathing suit and you're swimming, and this mobster guy comes and he wants to grab you and he wants to do stuff to you. And you say, hang on. You're so beautiful, you're so strong, you have such goodness to you, you should apply it to Torah. I'll tell you what, do you think I'm good looking? Don't settle for me. I got a sister, okay? I got a sister. You can't imagine, she's more beautiful than me. I'll tell you what, you become I'll give you my sister. Right? I always say, very awkward conversation that night by dinner. Hey sis, how's it going? Oh, can you pass the pickles? Yeah, Anything happened to you today? No. How about you? Well, actually, I was swimming and I got attacked by a rapist, murderer guy, Mishlakish, whatever. So I told him, if he's going to behave, I gave him to you. So you might want to get the wedding dress out. He started Aleph Beis, and if things go well, I sold you. I gave you. Awkward at the Yochanan residence. Very awkward conversation. But it happened, and he was machzil l'mutav to the point that he became an equal to Rabbi Yochanan. So that's what the Medrash says. There was a Rish Lakish, there was a Rabbi Yochanan, there was a Yaakov, there was an Esav. We're not dealing with Yaakovs that are so holy. We're not dealing with Esavs that are so bad. We're dealing with a situation that you have a child that feels homeless because people in the family are looking down at them. I feel bad for them. I feel bad for their Torah. They are off the derech. I raised a family bringing in people to my house who didn't do the proper thing, and my kids got chinuch to understand we're different. They say words that we don't say. Yes, your cousin, your sister, your niece, your nephew, they dress in a way that we don't. What are we worried about? I had a father that told me from Monroe, I'm willing to hug my son. That's how far I got. Even though he shaves his beard. But not in front of my other kids. Because if all my kids see Tati accepts and hugs a clean-shaven face, they're all going to want to shave. They're all going to shave. So first of all, I'd rather have 12 clean-shaven, frum people than 11 Hasidim and one dead guy. This guy was so far off. He had a gun, and he but that's not the way it works. I said, really? None of your kids actually want to be Samer? None of them want beards? The only reason that they're all keeping their beards and payas is because Tati's going to kill me. So if Tati's going to hug me, they're all going to start cutting off their beards and their payas. You don't believe at all in the chinuch system that you put into your kids that they should want to be like you? Do you want to be like this? Do you believe in this? Or are you stuck also? You believe in it, they'll believe in it. So this concept that, we can't make a bracha. Family calls me up. Big problem. Can't make a bracha in front of her at the table. I mean, it's such a disgusting shaila, but they meant well. So they asked their Das Torah. I'm not Das Torah. Das Torah said, first of all, she's sick. Second of all, you can close your eyes when you make the bracha. Third of all, you can make a bracha before. Make a bracha beforehand. I got a call with Shmuel Kamenetsky. This family, big family. They're coming Hanukkah to the Hanukkah Masiba. And all of a sudden, the Frummies, when I say Frummy, they think they're Frum. They're Frummer than Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky and all of the other Gedolim and Tzaddikim who would never act like this. I have a picture of a Baron Kotler dancing at a wedding without a mechitza. We became so Frum, we can't tolerate, can't be. Rabbi Shlomo Miller, Shlita, biggest paisik in the world, basically. I don't know how to judge, so whatever. He said when he grew up, half of his family wasn't Frum. There was no such thing, don't invite them for Shabbos. We were happy that if they left us alone. Now we have to be like, nobody should know that anybody is... So anyway, the family got on the phone with me, big family coming, and they say, we can't come if she comes. If a girl comes who's not tznius, first of all, I've been to family Hanukkah parties. You don't even see anybody. It's noisy, it's hot. You look the other, whatever. No, they're all going to come. She's going to walk in, and everybody's going to see her and be nichshel because she's not tzniustic enough. What should they do? So I said, why do they have to eat? Why do they have to eat? The what do you call those things that you eat on? It's so important to have donuts that you're willing to kill. Be malbim panei chaveri barabim, not invite her. This is a great opportunity for her to be embraced by the family. But you have to eat, so she has to die. Like, what's going on over here? Why can't you go? Even if I've seen very frum people. You can say, hi, how are you? Nice to see you. I mean, what's going on over here? So everybody laughed. Okay, why do I have to eat? I said, you know what? I have an idea. Let them wash beforehand and bench afterwards. Or make a bracha with, and it's you know what's amazing? The real tzaddikim don't have an issue. You never exclude somebody. You never make somebody feel like garbage. You never look the other way. All these kanoim make the world a really bad place because they have anxiety and they have bad midas. But because they're doing it, it looks Yiddish, in the name of Hashem, so they feel very good about it. They use Hashem. Look at Rav Steinman. Look at Rav Pam. Look at Divrei Yael, biggest kanai in the world. What he did to bend over backwards, to be nice and to help people who needed to be helped. Nobody's merachik anybody. Nobody. This is a sickness. And that sickness is probably more responsible for the future kids going off the derech than them being healthy and exposed. I had my kids where they heard, I always say, they heard words at the Shabbos table that are not found in any Zmiris. Okay? And of course it's Siyata D'Shmaya, but I didn't think it's a problem. We don't say those words. Yeah, there are girls outside dressing not sneers. We're from, they know how to dress. And if everything is fine and they're healthy, nobody's going off because I can. Oh, really? She wears nail polish, so now I want to wear that? We deal with it. And if kids are that weak, then we need better chinuch. We need more understanding, baking into them. Yes, that's true. You could put on nail polish. I'll explain to you why I don't think you should. No, we don't want to have questions because we don't really have answers. And so everybody's going to just do this and put the bag over their head and hope that they never see or notice anybody. Where's Malki? My cousin Malki. Oh, we start crossing people off the family. We have too many people going off the derech now. You're going to start like Xing, oh, where's David? No, there was never a David. I'm pretty sure I had a brother David. No, he's not. No, it's a mistake. He doesn't exist. We're going to start knocking people out of the family now? No. When somebody's struggling, especially we know that they're hurt, everybody in the family has a responsibility to save them. Look at the Zayra Kaddish. Teach them the Zayra Kaddish, Parashas Truma, that we learn together. The schar that they get is more than all the mitzvahs they're going to do in their whole life. They're going to give that up.